Hey, and Happy New Year again to you. Yesterday, the first day of the year. This is the second day of the year. Some of you are back to work after a day off. Some of you get a long weekend. Some of you don't even going to work. Kids are off of school. So just bring in another devotion as we enter in a brand new year, 2026. For last yesterday and today for a couple of more days, I'm going to look at Psalm 26 and see what it has to tell us. In Psalm 26, it's a great psalm to begin a new year, as a matter of fact. It encourages us to walk forward with God. Yesterday, we looked at the first three verses where David wanted God to search him. That's a great way to start a year. Is Lord, search me to make sure that my motives, the direction of my life, am I doing where I ought to do? God, examine me, point out any areas that I'm not where I ought to be. That's a great way to start. But today, I want to continue with that thought in verse 4 and 5 as we continue this year. And as we get started, it's only 2 days old. And that is to choose your influence carefully. Those people and things and ideas that influence you, because that is going to have a major impact in your life. So I want to read the next two verses, verses 4 and 5 of Psalm 26. Listen to what David said. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. I have hated the congregation of evildoers. I will not sit with the wicked. What David says here is he wants to be careful that he doesn't have ungodly influence in his life. He talks about vain persons, dissemblers, people that want to divide people, evildoers, the wicked. He is separating himself from ungodly influence. And that would surely be people, as David mentions. But I think that's also in other areas with all the technology that we have now, media, television, movies, books, social media, internet, all those things. There are all kinds of influences that will impact the direction of our life. And so maybe it's a good time at the beginning of the year to say, is there anything I need to curb a little bit? Anything I need to slow down? Maybe you've allowed too much negative talk, negative thinking to come into your life. I'll tell you what, there are countries, there are places that are outlawing social media at certain ages and altogether because of the negative influence that it has. And I know I'm coming across to you on two of the biggest social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook. But you know as well as I do that there can be some very positive things that can pull us in the right direction on these social media platforms, but there are also many negatives. And I hate to say it, but there are probably more negative things that we find than there are positive things. I don't know for sure, but just be careful that you are not negatively influenced by those things that are there. Paul understood, or David understood, that who you walk with influence how you live, who you listen to, who you hang around with. Integrity requires choices, intentional choices about the influence in your life. Who or what will shape your thinking this year? Will it be God? Will it be God's word? Will it be God's people? Are you allowing that, or are you allowing something else? So a good prayer to pray, Lord, help me walk with those who will help me draw close to you. That's great. So look at the influences in your life, the direction, your motives,